Ron Paul. I know a 54-year-old version of my apartment complex that lives off neat bucks. He lived off neat bucks till he was over 30, and they pulled the plug on him. Yeah, sounds like me. Like, honestly, I don't see how I'd ever stop being an incel. Like, I think I'm too far gone at this point. Like, I don't even fucking leave my house. I have no money, I have no job, I have no friends, I have no social connections. I have no life. Like, how the fuck am I ever gonna get a girlfriend, realistically? Like, I could even get one back in college, and I was in college for like fucking 6 years, getting 2 different degrees. I didn't even have a girl who was a friend. I didn't even have a girl who was an acquaintance. I didn't have anyone that was even an acquaintance. I literally just took my classes, and I took whatever online classes I could so I didn't have to leave the house. Which was kind of hard for my biology degree, but it was pretty easy for my CS degree, aside from that bullshit public speaking course that I had to take. But yeah, I just had my own shitty ass suite in the ghettos, or the share a bathroom with some fucking drug dealer. And I didn't fucking talk to anyone in college. And that's why it was a fucking scam, because the whole point of college, like if I wanted to learn something, I could just go on fucking YouTube and learn it. My problem is I went to college, and I fucked up because my dad is a fucking retard. He told me to go to college. I never should have listened to him. Now my dad's asking me how to fucking mine Bitcoin right now. Like, this is the kind of guy I'm dealing. This is the kind of guy who's giving me advice. The guy who's asking me how to mine Bitcoin. I was fucking mining Bitcoin back in fucking 2010. Back when it was like 90 cents. And then I reformatted my computer and lost my hundreds of Bitcoin. Made an OkCupid account. Oh, making it. I already did. I wonder if it's still up. Oh no, I think I fucking deleted it. Like I made one ironically, and then I fucking got tired of looking at it. So I fucking deleted it because girls kept fucking messaging me, and I want to talk to them because you weren't trying. Why would I ever try? Why would I start trying now? I've never tried. The only thing I ever tried it was World of Warcraft. That's how I got my hand at Ragnaros. Because actually, I was good at this game. I was the number one fucking DPS in the entire guild. I was the number one, and the raids were fucking 40 people back then. So I was number one out of 40 fucking people. That's an accomplishment in itself. But I'm like, I peaked in fucking vanilla WoW. It's been nothing but downhill since then. TBC came out. I mean, TBC, like, it was always fun stealing the daggers from the rogues. Like, Lady Vash dropped some insane dagger. Remember, I got a rogue to quit the guild because the guild gave it to me over him because I was so good that they would just give me anything that I asked for. So I asked for the fucking dagger, and they gave it to me, and some rogue fucking quit over it because he thought it was bullshit that a warrior was getting a dagger. Because it was his best in slot, too. I was also always an asshole. Uh, and then fucking Wrath came out, and I fucking quit because I ended up being a tank, and then I had to talk, and I fucking suck at talking if you haven't noticed, and I'm an asshole. So people like back when I didn't fucking talk, when I pretended I had a broken mic back in TBC and Vanilla, like people liked me because I didn't fucking talk to them. But then when I started opening my mouth as the main tank in Wrath, everyone fucking hated me. And eventually got to the point where they more or less told me like nobody fucking likes me, and then they kind of like merged with another guild, and then they already had two main tanks, and then at that point, like they didn't kick me. I quit because I knew nobody liked me, and they didn't fucking want me in the raids because they didn't like me talking. They didn't want to listen to my shitty ass monotone non charisma voice as a main tank. And if you haven't noticed, I like to complain. Like I never said anything good. So eventually got to the point where they like kind of we came to a non-verbal agreement that I should leave the guild and probably stop playing the game and do something with my life. So then I quit the game when like ICC came out, which I mean wasn't unusual. Like before ICC was Trial of Grand Crusader. What a fucking shit show that was. Actually, did in Trial of Grand Crusader we did get the thing for. I have the achievement, which is extremely rare. The thing where you have 25, the 25 man where nobody dies, or I forget. It's either is it nobody dies or you do it in a certain amount of time, or is it both of those? I also have the immortal from Naxxramas, where I know that one was you didn't die because I remember that clearly because fucking what's his face? The Frankenstein guy. Started with a T. Thaddeus. Yeah, Thaddeus was a fucking nightmare to have nobody die. We eventually had to like sit people out. You had to find out who had a sub 100 IQ and just kind of sit them out for Thaddeus. That's how we got the Immortal. And that's how I got my rusted or iron-bound prototype, or whatever the fuck it was. Or was iron-bound? Iron-bound was from... Was it Plague prototype? The fuck was it? Plague prototype maybe it was from the 10-man. Ironbound, I think it was from Alderwar. I got that there. But yeah, anyways, I peaked back in TBC and Vanilla back before, like, people knew. Back before I had a voice. If you try, you can get out of the shelter. That was kind of my, like, this was ironically, my last ditch effort was to become a Twitch actor. Look how that fucking turned out. Make 3 cents an hour. I tell you, they make more in benefits in the homeless shelter. Like, you get 3 fucking meals a day. That's like at least $10 a day. And then I get shelter. That probably counts as like 10 or 15 bucks a day. So I make like $25 a day in benefits at the homeless shelter. There's a lot more I make off this fucking stream where I'm actually working. I make more money pretending to be a weed head than I do actually working. I do consider this work because I do not fucking enjoy this, I'll tell you that right now. The only reason I do this is so I don't forget how to talk. That's why my first streams are so fucking rough. Like, I literally couldn't talk for more than like 30 minutes. That's why my streams were so short. Like, I talked for 30 minutes, and then I physically could not talk anymore, and I had to end the stream. Now I do like fucking 7-hour streams. Well, I used to. I don't do it anymore. It's not worth the effort. You guys don't pay me enough to go past the QA reviews anymore. Let me finish reading this. He works down at a dollar store as a cashier. That doesn't sound like me. I refuse to work. And I hate the dollar store. They don't have anything good at the dollar store. All they have is expired cat food and shitty-ass toys. And he's basically a broken shell. He won't look at any young/attractive girl in the eye and has this heavy monotone voice. And this is really starting to sound familiar. Like, it hurts him to even have feelings at this point. It doesn't hurt me to have feelings, I just don't have them anymore. That's why my voice is monotone. The only thing that even gets me, like, riled up anymore is fucking that bullshit-ass classic bullshit. You won't look at any young, attractive girls in the eye. Well, I don't do that either. It's because I don't go outside, though. And there's no... I guarantee you, there's no attractive girls at the homeless shelter. If they were attractive, they wouldn't be at the homeless shelter. One time I was dumb as fucking asked him how I got like this, and he just said nothing. I did nothing, that's how I got like this. Well, I did stuff. I have 2 STEM degrees. I graduated summa cum laude, in case you guys didn't know that. I have a Twitch stream. Granted, it's a really shitty one, and I don't put any effort into it. But it's something. And also, I mean, I raided in World of Warcraft, which was basically a job back then. I was at least like 20, 25 hours a week. Back then, I was actually being useful to people. I was getting them, you know, pixelated purple stuff. Things that never happened. .png. How about my life story or this guy's life story? I got screenshots if you think I'm lying. One time I was dumb as fucking, asked him how I got like this, and he said nothing. Oh, here he did. He started bawling like a kid. Well, apparently he has feelings if he starts crying. Like, I legitimately haven't cried in at least, like, 10 years. I stayed through it. I didn't even cry when my mom died. Granted, I knew it was coming. Like, she was fucking downing 2 gallons of alcohol a day, and everyone... But the last time I saw her liver was a fucking bowling ball. Like, you could actually see it, like, jutting out of her abdomen. And then it eventually exploded. And then she was in the hospital on, like, life support back when I was doing my finals in college, back when I was, like, fucking 20 or something. And I was doing my finals, so I used that as an excuse not to go down there for a deathbed, even though all my other brothers went down there. They still think I'm a piece of shit for that. I'm the black sheep of the family. But I mean, it's their fault. I mean, if they want me to be a jaded asshole, they shouldn't have got divorced and gave all of our goddamn money to divorce lawyers. God, I fucking hate lawyers. I stayed through it, and he started talking about how about his life and how he just kept letting fear stop him, and he shared it was so immature because he said he has never encountered anyone from his younger years, and he doubts they even remember him. So why did I care what they thought of me? Why did I care if they laughed or were disgusted? This guy's got autism, like clearly. Like, I'm not like this. Like, I don't give a shit what people say about me. You guys fucking insult me every fucking day. Like, if I didn't want to be insulted, I just wouldn't fucking stream. At least you laugh on stream, so you still have feelings. They're not real laughs, believe me. None of this is fucking funny. You guys haven't said something funny in God knows how long. When I'm looking for something to laugh at, believe me, I don't go to Twitch chat. Twitch chat is like bottom of the barrel. I mean, you guys aren't as bad as the usual Twitch chat, granted. I'm not just saying that. You guys are actually, like, I have text-to-speech on. You guys actually behave yourself. Like, that legitimately surprises me. Like, the fact that you guys don't, like, spaz out and just type, like, fucking Omega lol 20 fucking times. Pissu. Alright, yeah. That was the last time you guys were funny. It was the only time you guys were funny. Pissu is fucking genius. The person's story does not exist. Nobody talks like that. Oh, 50-year-old virgin. He's probably autistic enough to do this. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he... The fact that he's putting in quotes here, pretty sure he made it up. Like, how would he remember exactly what this guy fucking said? It's bullshit. I could have asked her out. She might have called me a freak. She might have said no and ran off. Might have said yes, and I let that fear me them, just like I did schooling in my work thing. Yeah, I was never interested in asking girls out in the first place because that would have cut into my raid time, so I just never fucking did that. So I didn't have friends either. Like, I purposely didn't have friends because, I'm not even lying, I didn't have friends because I didn't want them to fucking call me at like 6 o'clock and ask me to hang out with them. Because that was my fucking raid time. And I want to fucking deal with that shit, so I just... I mean, the last person who tried to make a friend with me in college, I accidentally gave him my real number. Like, I usually, like, the last digits of my... I probably shouldn't say this. You might try. Oh, fuck it. Last digits of my actual phone number are 0063, and I'd always give it one off to people when they ask for my number. I'd give them 0633. That's what I do for like all these fucking when I sign up for like Twitter and all this bullshit. Ask for my number. I just give it off by one. But I accidentally fucked up and I gave him my real number, and then he kept fucking asking me like if I wanted to hang out to study with him or some shit, and I would just not answer it. And eventually he just called me a fucking asshole. And that was like the last potential friend I ever had. And I was ignoring him because I was fucking raiding. Like, I didn't even fucking notice he was texting me until like 5 days later. And I saw like this list of messages about him asking me if I wanted to hang out and study for the final or some shit. And then eventually the last one was called me an asshole, and I assume that's when he erased my number. Doesn't sound like a good friend if he said that. Yeah, well, I was ignoring him. I was being an asshole. But I mean, I was doing it on purpose. I know I'm a fucking asshole. That's why I have no fucking friends. I've always been an asshole. Like I said, the divorce jaded me. Like, society is to blame. You guys had me raised by a single mother who couldn't even fucking be in a lucid state of mind for more than 5 minutes a day. Of course I grew up to be a piece of shit. What were you expecting? That's why everyone's a piece of shit these days. Like, I read some study that, like, in France or Germany or some shit, like, the majority of kids are raised by single mothers or gay couples as opposed to married parents. Like, it's fucking depressing. People wonder why all these kids are, like, complaining about being lonely and depressed and wanting to kill themselves. This is exactly why. They don't have a father figure. Or if they do, that father figure is a broken shell of a man like my dad was, because they're fucking broke from divorce fees and alimony and child support and all that fucking bullshit. Like, God knows there's women that they're sending the money to don't know how to fucking spend it. My mom wasted all of it. She wasted it spending it on fucking apartments we couldn't afford and booze she couldn't afford. She didn't even buy us fucking food half the time. That's why I'm fucking 6'1", 130 pounds. Like my body became so fucking efficient at like digesting what little food that it got that now I can eat like fucking 6 McDonald's double cheeseburgers and I'll shit all that shit out the next fucking day because my body's so good at processing food because it knows what little food it gets is precious. Like me and my brothers, we could eat like a fucking baker's dozen of donuts as a kid, and we put no fucking weight on because our metabolism was through the roof because we were so used to being starved. Like no joke, I got my dinner half the time from like bumming off my friends when they'd order pizza. They weren't even my friends; they were my brother's friends that I just kind of I hung out with my brother around his friends. Because my brother's actually normal. Like I said, I'm the black sheep of the family. My brother's he's an optometrist. He's married. He has 3 kids. He makes like 100 something thousand dollars a year, and he's still broke because he's a dumbass and he got married. Like every time I talk to him, he's complaining about how his fucking wife like spent or my sister-in-law, whatever the fuck I'm supposed to call her, like hid charges on their credit card, bought dumb shit like fucking are those what's that stupid shit that the retards like to waste their money on? Funko, those fucking Funko figures. God, those things are an affront to humanity. People don't text anymore. Yeah, they do. Don't doesn't it count as texting if you talk to them through Discord or WhatsApp or whatever? I mean, I didn't even get a fucking cell phone until I was in college. I had no money. That's why I went to FSU. I went to FSU instead of fucking George Washington University because that way I would actually have like leftover money. Because if I went to George Washington, I would have had to have a roommate and I would have had to live in the dorms. But I went to FSU. That way I could use the money I saved going to FSU to buy a fucking shitty ass 1 bedroom suite, so I didn't have to talk to anybody. And I also used that money to buy a cell phone. Western Nendos. And Nendos are actually passable. Funko is just fucking dog shit. It's what dog shit would look like if it wasn't dog shit and it was manufactured into a sellable product. At least you have dignity. No. I was gonna make a joke, but I changed my donation ticker from my dignity to a sage. Apparently you guys don't want sage on GN, which is surprising. You guys are always begging for it. What is this? It says blue text instead of green, so I'm not reading it. I'm gonna give it a 0. Did I finish that story that I was reading? I'm almost done. Let me finish it. It got even heavier when he talked about how he have grandkids now. What? The fuck does a virgin have grandkids? What? It'd been like his brother and retiring. They're not grandkids, they're grandnephews. God, it's fucking. I hate these ESL idiots. Ugh. 0.